And fall in, my fellow scout troopers, to a nice 4v4 Napoleon Total War 3 battle replay today at the map Saxony 4. I am Micka here from Scouts of Entertainment. Glad to have you here with me today. Now, if you guys want to see your own Napoleon Total War 3 replay featured on this channel, you can send it to me either via my email at scoutsoфentertainment@gmail.com. You can also post it to me directly on Discord. You can join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, and post it there. Or you can simply tag me in the replay you post on the Napoleon Total War 3 Lords Discord as well. And let's go through the players today. On the one team we have Gordere, Philip, the Nate Devourer, and Luigi dos Acors, or Acors. On the other team we have T123, Bizark, the Grim Preacher, and Sisgamund. So g'day guys. Hopefully the game goes well for everyone today. Now, we've got here 2 4-pointers and 3 1-pointers on the field today for a grand total of 11 points, and that's probably a lame thing to say. Hope everything goes well for everyone today. We can only have one team winning, of course, so we'll have 4 winners and 4 losers, so I'm guessing not everyone will have a good day today. So I'll take that back. May the best team win. It's probably a better way to say it. In any case, we have Murat here, who's got an all-cavalry army here today. We have some cuirassiers. Lots of cuirassiers here. There's some carabiners as well. I think generals mixed in there as well too. We have some dragoons. Multiple dragoons here. We have the Saint Genez. And we have some more dragoons. 3 more units there of dragoons. Obviously variations. We've got over here some hussars and some chasseurs. Also our horse artillery. Looks to be a little 3-pounder unit there. We have Ney here, another commander, so it's obviously the French commander-based army here. Up against possibly 4 Prussian players. Looks to be France versus Prussia. We like a good faction-on-faction fight. And we got here Bernato, or hang on, I was trying to say this. Bernadotte. Sounds Italian almost when I say it like that. Yeah, it's still Bernadotte 4th Corps. Actually, that was 1st Corps. Silly me. And we have Davut, 3rd Corps there. Now, obviously we have 4 Prussian armies. Can't see what commanders they are here today. Well, can't see commanders what they are in general now. Seems to be a common thing in the latest Napoleon updates, especially in the last 2. I guess they did that to sort of make the game a bit more interesting. It does sort of raise the stakes a bit, especially when you're charging enemy units with your own cavalry. You don't know if they're going to form square until the last second. But to be fair, those players that have their cav ambushed by squareables will only happen to... I want to be nice about this. Players that are on the ball and they form square as soon as the cav charges into their forces, you know? Just because you have squareables doesn't mean, automatically you're going to be able to repel cavalry. You're going to be on the ball, you're going to be basically watching that moment in the battle where cavalry is charging your line to deploy square, okay? So just because you got squareables, don't think that makes you invincible to cavalry, okay? I fall into that trap myself sometimes, and from the replays I've seen in the past, some players also fall into that trap as well. They just aren't paying attention because, well, their attention is elsewhere. It's probably easier for players to sort of focus on their own little section of the battle. It would enable them to stay on top of what's going on around them and repel threats or sudden threats that try to come through the trees, like cav ambushing you, coming after your artillery, coming after your general, as Johnny likes to do to me. And yeah, some players are just good at multitasking across the battlefield. Now, Prussia here is just sort of chasing off France. He's not really after an engagement. He's just sort of saying, bugger off. Don't even think about it, dude. So, he's just sort of testing the waters, testing France's resolve. You're like, how bullish is this player? A lot of players can be very aggressive to their own detriment. Now, France appears to be going in here, and he's outnumbered. I'm not sure why he's doing this. Prussia has multiple reinforcements nearby. And it's kind of dangerous here to engage because you just can't see what's going on beneath the trees. The player has to get right under the canopy to see what's going on. And he might see an enemy unit just appear out of nowhere before it's too late. Now Prussia here actually has France on the run. France needs to turn and fight. This does happen. The French player here could be signaling his forces to attack Prussia, but for some reason the unit will run away for a little bit before it turns around and fights. Yeah, oh, here we go. Prussia here could get sandwiched. France needs to hurry up. I mean, where's that unit going? Okay, Prussia broke as well. Now we might see that French unit reform. Prussia also might reform. Now Prussia here has really stuck its neck out. He's going to be cut off. France is going to charge into him. Yep. And this player here, Bernadotte there, is turning his 2 units around. Oh no, he's not. But they unit broke anyway. So what are you attacking with? He attacked them with some hussars. The Colonel General. Yeah, sounds important. Now we got a cavalry on cavalry fight here. Looks to be 2 French cav against Prussia. Prussia has their own infantry nearby on the bridge. And they've only just started firing, but they're formed square. They would have helped their cavalry out a little bit better by forming up their line and firing directly into the cavalry. They had time to do that. They could have done that. So there was a good volley. Oh, it wasn't enough to break them after all, but they'll reform. 23 out of 35? Definitely reform. Alright, so looking at the battlefield today, how is it going to be fought? Prussia looks like it wants to fight near the building there at the tree line. It's going to make things a bit tricky for them. It's dangerous, I reckon, to fight so close to the tree line, largely because it's just hard to maintain control of the battlefield. You can't really see where the enemy is in those trees, you know? You can't really get a judge on how good the units are, whether they're setting up grenadiers or not. Looks like we've got here Severage. So, Sweden. Or is that Saxony? No, that's Saxony, my bad. Oh, I got my flags mixed around there. I don't want to be wrong. I think that's Saxony. Yeah, I'm going to go Saxony. People can jump on me later if I'm wrong. But it looks like we've got 3 Prussian armies and 1 Saxony army. Okay. Oh, that's the first time I've seen him here. It looks like he deployed at the very back of the field. And is just arriving to the party right now. Now, France has their cavalry up front, of course, but Prussia has the infantry ready to engage them if they charge. So, you know, France won't be attacking them so easily. I mean, Prussia still has their own cav, but I think this player here has lost quite a few units. 3 or 4. It could be... No, looks like it's not all his cav. Or he's requested reinforcements from his allies. And that's what this cav is. Like, it might not belong to this player. Now, it looks like we might be fighting around this town area. Now, if Prussia forms up here, they should have an easier time controlling the battle. Largely because, well, they'll be able to spread out their forces. France has to come through that bridge or through these trees here. And by the time they engage, Prussia's already lined up, good to go. It'd be better for Prussia if they had their artillery deployed already about here. Oh, hang on. No. I like this spot a little bit more. But that crest of the hill over here, just here, does bother me a little bit. I mean, the artillery could fire just over it, into the French forces crossing the bridge there, which would be good. This might be the spot to do that, but, you know, again, it's so iffy, isn't it? Like, it seems like it's such a small target to hit. And they can easily see cannonballs just bouncing over or being shot over the heads of the French. But if the French do move towards the Prussians, then it'd be better for them to set up their artillery, I reckon, yeah, about here. Because if the French come over that hill, the artillery would have no problem smashing them with kind of canister shot, well, cannonballs as well, but largely canister. Would be pretty effective at that range. If Prussia can fight them here, then I think Prussia can easily gain the upper hand in the battle and force France back across the bridge and the small little river here that we see. Or probably force them to the town as well. Now, Prussia's moving up, but he's not really securing his left flank that much, is he? We've got 1 or 2 units here and artillery as well, and 1 cav unit. You can see France has 1 artillery already and about 6 or 7 cav units in the area, in the immediate vicinity. And we can't really see that the Prussian Severage Alliance has much here to repel them in the event that France goes for an all-out assault. Now, I suppose it's positive to see that Saxony's forces here are arriving. They just appeared out of nowhere. I was getting a little bit concerned there for them, but they seem to be securing their flank. France does seem to be moving in a way that will enable them to sort of arc or start to envelop the Saxony Prussian forces. I wish I could have a marker. Basically what I'm thinking is France will come at them, and just follow me on this line here. This is how I reckon they might try to attack. They move up here, have the formation arced all the way around, and just start pushing them back from there, you know. We've got a larger firing line, more guns pointed at enemy forces. It just makes it harder for the Saxony Prussians to push forward, you know. France should be able to contain their advance relatively easily. You know, you can see France obviously has their artillery, but let's get an idea. The angle is good. The angle is actually very good, but fortunately for Saxony, France is not targeting the main blob of enemy troops. Instead, they're trying to hit the enemy cavalry. I don't think they probably need to worry about that too much. They've got their own cavalry support nearby. Enemy cav is not really that much of a threat to the French artillery. They probably need to fire on this spot here. I mean, they've got an opportunity to get multiple kills. Nice hit here. We'll send men flying every direction. Strange formation there for Prussia. I mean, look at that. It's a little bit crisscrossed, isn't it? And this could be... This looks like it's by design. I mean, if a cav tries to run through the gap here between the Prussia units, if they can both form a square, they should be able to trap that unit before it reaches the artillery, fire into them point blank and break them. Or this one with this bayonet charge and L1 bayonet charge sandwiching the cav together as well. Now, France is running. They are running towards the enemy here. They see an opportunity. And the opportunity is they can overwhelm the Prussians with firepower, force them back on their own artillery, potentially, and just bayonet charge and destroy the artillery piece. Now, looking at this, yeah, the skirmishers are firing over the heads here of the infantry. There's a pretty decent firing line there. Looks like he's trying to target the Saxony skirmishers. Enemy cav moving in to try and save one unit at least. French boys are not broken. They're running away. Saxony has one unit of skirmishers broken. We got the Cuirassiers. Is that from Murat? It is. I think they're going after... Oh no, the French cav was trying to go after the artillery. They broke just before they could reach them. French cav coming in trying to reach the artillery. They broke the Prussian infantry. They're confident, they're winded, concerned, but not broken. Saxony needs to push forward here. I mean, you set up one unit to head off this French unit. They're charging in. Will they be able to fire in time? No, they won't. Has the artillery survived? It looks like they have survived. France is getting in close. It's getting a bit chaotic here. The Prussian lines... Have they been penetrated? They're about to be, at least. France is putting a lot of pressure here at this point. They're deciding to pull back. Yeah, Prussia and Saxony were closing up the ranks there. Now, are these cav or are these skirmishers? No, they're French infantry. There's a bit of artillery coming at the line there. This appears to be the only point of contention so far. Prussia here is forming up. He's actually forming up in the position I hoped he would fight in, so that's good. Now these guys here, they're moving surprisingly quickly. They're not running though. If they were running, I think they'd be kicking up dust. But it looks like they're jogging almost. The question is why? These guys on the left aren't moving that fast. At what point does France turn around? Oh, that was good. That was their own artillery that nicked them. I think Prussia got nicked by their own arty there. Alright, let's head back. Have a look. Okay, both sides have settled down. Oh, good. Oh, strong artillery strike there. It's a 4-pounder. And an 8-pounder. 6 guns here, including 2 over there. How will the boys fare? he went by. That was almost comical. He went flying faster than a bullet. Now, France here is basically sacrificing this unit here. What is he trying to do here? If he was trying to use this unit as a magnet for bullets, he succeeded. The cav was trying to do some sort of strike. Oh no, they were trying to kill Prussian cavalry. Alright, they were trying to be sneaky. France is engaging them over here. Now will the Prussians be able to take them down? And he's got 2 units firing on them. And 3 dead there. Before they lose their drummer. Here we go. More troops. Those guys are losing men fast. They've lost almost 1/3 of their men already.
Our general is under attack.
Saxony here trying to outflank the French. They're moving around them. Alright, they're charging in again. Okay, he pulled back. Okay, he's intentionally trying to keep the French stationary. Like, that way he's only got a thin line of troops firing at Prussian's forces by forcing them to go square. France had tried to surround them, but Prussia established their perimeter and was able to throw them back. Now we've got more cav charging in. Prussia's got, Saxony charging with just 1 unit before. And Prussia needs to get their units in. This has got to be like a heavy unit, or their elites. No, it's heavy cav. But I think it's at least C3 cavalry. I mean, charge in, guys. Support your team. You've got to get in there. That's 1 unit down. Okay, so Prussia's winning over here. France has really gone for a strong push here. And they appear to have succeeded. Prussia's not reforming their lines to try and throw the French back over here. I mean, these 4 units here could peel off, face this direction, begin moving around the bridge, begin moving around the hut as well. Try and throw the French back. I mean, they've got a second line established behind. France does appear to have overwhelming force here. I don't think the Prussians can stop him, or them.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest awhile.
Now the French here are really bunched up. So these 2 Prussian infantry units, be racking up some nice kills here. Oh, they're charging in. That's got to be scary to be in the thick of that, eh? France has not gone away just yet. Saxony's moving up with more cav. They've charged in the French infantry bayonet charge. These troops are all over the place. Alright, let's get out of here. It's getting a bit jittery. There's so many units running around. Obviously France gained the upper hand somehow. I think their cav really saved the day. They punched through, caused an insane amount of chaos. Just hammered those lines until the Prussians just couldn't hold back anymore. And the French just flooded over them. Prussia's got to put their artillery in a better spot. They're shooting their own men. Okay, got our enemy general there, Gordy. Okay, we've got our first Prussian general dead. Or Swedish general, but I'm leaning towards Prussian. Now, there might have been a victory there for the French, but it cost them. They've taken heavy casualties. I mean, if French cav is going to run by my firing line, I'll take that any day of the week and just shoot them as they pass by. Alright, so what will Prussia and Saxony do now, you reckon? Let's take a look at the map. Alright, Prussia obviously on the right flank there, holding strong. France is going to have a tough time outflanking him, because it looks like Prussia's lines extends beyond the French's. And Prussia also has their cav, so they're not trying to actually overwhelm the French on the flank and start pushing and recharging their line. They need to take the initiative. They've just seen their entire right flank, the Prussian right flank, collapse. This is the Prussian left flank here. So they need a quick victory. They need to destroy this French player. And Saxony and Prussia obviously need to curve up their lines a little bit. Maybe fall back to where the Prussia ally is over here and just dig along the river line there and the tree line. Just dig in. And just reinforce Prussia's right flank here. Now the elite cav here is running through, they're breaking through. Down to 99. Not killing them fast enough though. Yeah, what are you going to do? Just Prussia's not taking the initiative over here. I mean, he's got the numbers. He's seeing what happened to his allies. He's running out of time to mount an effective strike on his enemy. The artillery might be firing on him, but that's why he's got to sort of focus his attack over here, away from the enemy artillery. Send the cav around, try and take out the artillery, try and take out the enemy cavalry. Try and turn the tables here on the French, get them under pressure. It just looks like slowly France is just pulling their team apart, bit by bit. The centre here is looking very thin, very weak. I suppose the saving grace is France doesn't have a lot of units here to destroy them quickly. It looks like they got enough to sort of win over time in a long drawn out battle. But it'll be slow going, and well, that buys them time. And time is the Prussian and Saxony's friend here, I guess.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Yeah. Prussia probably could have set up his line a little bit better there, but France not taking advantage of that. Prussia lined up for him, but France did not take advantage of that. You gotta scoot you over just a little bit more there to the left, Prussia. Just a little bit more, mate. You're not safe. You might think you are, but you sure as hell aren't. And there's no way those last 4 units there towards the back are safe from the artillery. I think 3, maybe 4 here in this line are safe, closest to the building. They're better than nothing. Now, skirmishes here. France has a lot of skirmishes. That's not the best, but Prussia is getting close to those skirmishes. Getting some nice shots there. Obviously, the closer the infantry can get to the skirmishes, the faster they can take them down. Range is a skirmisher's friend. Close range, obviously, is not. About halfway. Prussia's falling back. Well, Saxony did move up these forces, I suppose, to try and hold their left flank. I mean, this would be frustrating if I was a Saxony player. I mean, my troops got some great shots off, but it wasn't enough to take these guys down fast or break them. And they just took out his artillery. That's devastating for any player. Sometimes you just can't bring your enemy down fast enough. Prussia hasn't been defeated here, but his ranks of reserves have been depleted, or just shattered.
Running, sir.
We've got a cav unit over here that's just sitting. France is going to charge him, maybe? Yeah, he's going to charge him after all. I don't know, the player here could be AFK. Prussia, though, will probably win. I mean, this is heavy Prussian cavalry, after all. And he's not AFK, because that's his general there. He's marching around to provide morale support. They might be able to overwhelm the square. This went through that square like it was made of, I don't know, rubber? What's another word for something elastic? I'll just stick with rubber. France is following up the Prussian lines. Just broken, surrounded them. Poor boys never stood a chance. although Saxony and Prussia are losing, they haven't inflicted mass casualties on the French side. I mean, France might have a lot of units here, but you can see they've taken a beating. Most of them are still, you know, at half strength. They've taken a few casualties. You can see that 50 there, 60 here, 30 here. This is going to be a hard-fought victory here for the French. The Prussia and Saxony forces have made them earn it. But it was just a few nicely timed attacks at different central points of the line that played a key role in this battle's outcome. I mean, that moment over here where France just charged at the Prussians here with their cav, with their infantry, just sent the whole battle line of the Saxony-Prussian forces into turmoil. And in the chaos, France emerged victorious. Also, the artillery strikes didn't really play that much in favour of the Prussian and Saxony forces. Also has a cap counter in. Looking pretty strong. But if they lost the general, that could explain the weakened morale. Because he still has a lot of units there. I'm surprised they're so shaky with this many units to their name. The French general here has gone on a suicide mission. Au revoir, monsieur. You're dead. Unbelievable. He lost to a general's unit. They were saved by some dragoons. 23 dragoons there out of 73. Managed to throw back a superior cavalry force. That would just piss me off as a Prussia fire. The boys there just marching up. Mopping up the retreating forces. Army suffered their worst casualties in full-scale retreat. That's a bit out of place. We've got French units all around these guys here, but Saxony's still fighting the French forces as they advance. Wasn't good enough to repel them. We've got some missiles here that could be charging into those Saxony forces, but no. Oh, they're charging in now. That's it. We're slowly whittling them down to nothing. Close combat here. The NTW3 here has lost his general. And it looks like he was commanding the Saxony forces. France struggling here against the Prussians. What the hell happened there? Had to be artillery that did that. Whenever you see a player just go shooting off the screen, it's always got to be artillery. Nothing else can make a unit do that. Are we done here? No, we are not done. We've got a couple of Prussian units here. Who are these guys? Well, this looks like an artillery crew because they just got their swords out. Looks like I don't give a shit about the swords. Oh, come on. Here, that guy had him. Sword went right in his gut. I saw it. Alright, looks like we're done here, guys. I don't see any units there. There we go. Okay, victory there for the French Alliance. So, we have T1 there, 1502 kills. Bizarre. 528. The Grim Preacher, 2120. And Sisgamund, 1590. Remember, Murat was all cavalry there. So, you know, alright. So, Grim Preacher did very well there. All cap faction. Micka was his enemy, but he easily overcame that enemy. We had Goyder here, 910. Philip, 687, the Nate de Vara 663, and Luigi dos Acores 570. So kill counts here for Murat. So we had 3 units that get over 300 kills, almost 400 kills for those units that broke 300 as well. Three more units here getting over 200 themselves, and the Crussiers 158. So his elites actually were the ones that didn't get too many kills. All his faster cavalry did the most damage there, so that says something, doesn't it? Maybe running elites isn't the be-all and end-all of things. You maybe just stick to mid-tier units and, well, you can see what they can do, obviously. Very nice. Can't see that. Alright, if you guys want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you can send it to my email at scoutsomentertainment@gmail.com. You can post it to me directly on Discord. You can join my Discord server, Scouts Reconnaissance, be part of our community and post it there. Or you can simply tag me in the replay post on the NTW3 Lords Discord as well. This is Micka from Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye, my fellow Scout Troopers. Catch you in the next Total War battle.